Men lose women not because they aren't handsome, rich, or charming. No, they lose them because of the small mistakes they repeat without even realizing. And here's the truth. A woman may never tell you what these mistakes are, but she'll silently judge you for them if you want her respect, if you want her attraction to last. You need to stop doing these 6 things immediately. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon, and join this journey of becoming the man who truly understands female psychology. Let's get into it. 1. Stop over-chasing. Every man has done this at some point. You meet a woman you like, and suddenly you're the one texting first every morning, checking her social media, always trying to make plans. On the surface, it looks like effort. You think, if I show her how much I care, she'll feel special. But that's not how attraction works. Women don't fall for the man who's always running after them. They fall for the man they have to chase a little too. Here's the brutal truth. When you overchase, you send a hidden message. You're telling her, you're more valuable than me. My time, my energy, my focus, they all belong to you. And once she feels you've put her on a pedestal, she naturally steps down from hers. Because deep inside, women don't want to be ripped, they want to respect you. Think about it. Imagine you're constantly running after someone. They barely lift a finger, but you're putting in all the effort. What happens? You start feeling like the person doing more cares more, and the balance tips. Attraction dies when balance disappears. Women test men without even realizing it. If she cancels plans last minute, do you rearrange your entire week just to meet her? If she replies after 6 hours, do you instantly jump to answer within 6 seconds? That's overchasing, and it silently lowers your value in her eyes. Now, this doesn't mean you should ignore her or play silly games. Effort is necessary, but effort without boundaries is desperation. The trick is to create space where she invests too. When she takes a step back, don't take 10 forward. Take 1 step back yourself. Let her feel the gap. Let her miss you. Attraction needs oxygen, and sometimes that oxygen is space. The men women respect most are not the ones who shower then with attention 24/7. They're the ones who know when to lean in and when to lean back. A man who values himself doesn't panic when she pulls away a little. He knows that if she truly likes him, she'll come closer again. And if she doesn't, he's willing to let her go. Overchasing is like drowning in your own neediness. The more you do it, the harder it is for her to see you as strong, grounded, and desirable. Stop chasing, start attracting. Shift your focus back to your own mission, your own life, your own purpose. When you do that, she'll notice the difference immediately. Suddenly, you won't be the guy begging for her attention, you'll be the man who commands it naturally. 2. Stop ignoring red flags just because she's beautiful. Let's be honest, men are visual. Beauty has power over us. The moment a woman looks stunning, we forgive things we shouldn't forgive. She talks down to us, we excuse it. She flirts with other men, we brush it off. She disrespects boundaries, we act like it's no big deal. Why? Because we're hypnotized by how she looks. But here's the danger. Ignoring red flags today is like planting a landmine under your own feet. You might not step on it now, but eventually it's going to explode. And when it does, the damage will be far worse than if you had walked away earlier. Women test men all the time, not just for fun, but because it reveals who you are. If she talks badly about other people, constantly plays the victim, or manipulates with terse ears, she's showing you her patterns, and patterns matter more than beauty. You can't build a future with someone whose habits destroy peace. The sad reality is this. A lot of men would rather keep a toxic relationship with a beautiful woman than walk away and be alone. They think, I'll put up with it because at least I have her. That mindset is a prison, and she feels it too. When she senses that you're willing to ignore anything just to keep her, she loses respect for you. Here's what a high-value man does differently. He sees beauty. He appreciates it, but he doesn't let it blind him. He watches her actions more than her words. He notices if she keeps her promises, if she respects his time, if she treats people with kindness. And when he sees red flags, he doesn't make excuses. He makes decisions. Walking away from a beautiful woman with toxic behavior is not weakness. It's strength because it proves you value your peace more than her looks. And the truth is, peace is priceless. Never let your desire for her body override your need for respect, because once you give up respect, attraction dies anyway. A woman may never tell you this directly, but she respects the man who isn't blinded by her beauty. The man who can say you're gorgeous, but that doesn't excuse your behavior. Stop ignoring red flags. It's not love to stay, it's fear, and fear will always cost you more than walking away ever will. 3. Stop sharing every weakness too soon. There's a difference between being open and being careless. A lot of men confuse the two. They meet a woman they like, and in just a few conversations they start pouring their heart out. Childhood trauma, financial struggles, fears, doubts, even failures that aren't processed yet. They think this makes them real or deep, but to her it often feels like emotional dumping. Now don't get me wrong, women appreciate vulnerability. They respect men who can express emotions. But here's the key. Timing matters. Vulnerability is powerful only when it's earned. When you reveal everything too soon, yay, I'll rob her of the chance to discover you slowly. Instead of seeing strength with layers, she sees chaos that needs fixing. And no woman falls in love with a project she has to repair. Think about storytelling. If a movie showed you every twist, every secret in the first 10 minutes, would you keep watching? Probably not. Attraction works the same way. Mystery is magnetic. It's not about hiding your pain or pretending to be perfect. It's about pacing your truth. Here's what happens when you overshare too soon. She feels overwhelmed, like you're leaning on her emotionally before she's ready. She questions your stability because you're unloading without control. She loses that spark of curiosity that makes her want to know more. Instead, flip the script. Show her your competence first, your ability to handle life. Reveal bits of your vulnerability when the bond is strong enough to hold it. That way, your openness feels like trust, not desperation. Women respect a man who can say, "I've been through things, but I don't need saving. I can share, but I can also carry my own weight." That's balance. That's masculine vulnerability. So, stop thinking she'll love you more if you reveal every scar right away. She'll love you when she sees that you're solid enough to face those scars on your own and selective enough to let her in when it truly matters. 4. Stop making her your whole life. This one stings because so many men fall into it without realizing. You meet a woman, you feel that spark, and suddenly your world starts to revolve around her. You cancel plans with friends, skip hobbies, forget your routines, and spend every free second thinking about her. At first, she might even like the attention, but give it time, she'll start feeling suffocated. Here's the paradox. Women don't want to be your entire life. They want to join a man who already has one. If she feels like she is your only source of joy, she'll pull away. Why? Because dependence kills attraction. She wants to feel chosen, not trapped. Ask yourself, what was your life like before she arrived? Did you have passions, goals, friendships, a mission? If the answer is yes, then why throw it all away for her? That's not love, that's obsession. An obsession, no matter how sweet it seems, eventually turns bitter. Think about leaders, artists, athletes, the men women admire most. They don't pause their life for love. Their purpose comes first. And women are drawn to that not because they're neglected, but because they feel inspired to be part of a bigger picture. Making her your whole life signals to her that you don't have much else going on, and if that's the case, she'll lose respect. Respect is built when you show that she's important, but not the center of your existence. Balance is everything. So keep your world alive, hang out with your friends, stay loyal to your routines, keep grinding toward your goals. When she sees that she adds to your happiness but doesn't control it, she'll feel secure and attracted. She'll see a man who chooses her, not a man who needs her to breathe. 5. Stop letting disrespect slide. This is one of the most common traps men fall into. A sarcastic comment here, a small eye roll there, showing up late without explanation. It seems minor, so you laugh it off. But here's the reality. Every small disrespect you ignore sets a new standard, and with each standard lowered, you lose more of her respect. Women test men consciously or not. They push boundaries to see how much you'll tolerate. If you allow disrespect once, she knows she can try again. And every time you brush it off, her attraction quietly fades, because deep inside, she doesn't want a man who tolerates anything. She wants a man who calmly says that's not acceptable. Respect is not demanded, it's taught through boundaries. You don't need to yell or fight. You don't need to act controlling. All you need is calm, firmness. If she's late, you don't explode, but you don't reward it. If she mocks you, you don't laugh along. You let her know it crosses the line. Men fear that calling out disrespect will scare women away, but the opposite is true. When you stand up for yourself, her respect grows. She may test, but she doesn't want you to fail. She wants to know you can hold the line, because if you can't hold it with her, you won't hold it anywhere. Stop tolerating little jabs, backhanded comments, or dismissive behavior. The longer you allow it, the harder it is to regain respect. Remember, love without respect is fragile. Respect without love can still hold, but love without respect, it crumbles. 6. Stop being afraid to walk away. This is the ultimate power move, and it's one most men fear. You think holding on is strength, but often walking away is stronger. The man who clings, who begs, who tolerates anything just to keep her, loses her faster. Why? Because desperation is unattractive. It shows you value her more than yourself. Here's the paradox of attraction. The man who's willing to leave is the man she wants to stay with. When you're not afraid of losing her, you operate from strength. You set standards. You don't tolerate games. You don't accept less than respect. That energy alone makes her feel safe and drawn to you. Walking away doesn't always mean forever. Sometimes it's a reset. Sometimes it shows her that your dignity matters more than her attention. And when she sees you won't crumble without her, she often comes back stronger. But you must mean it. You can't threaten to walk away and then crawl back days later. That only proves you're bluffing. A man who truly walks away has peace in his heart. He knows his value doesn't depend on her presence. He knows that love given freely is better than love held hostage. It's scary. Nobody wants to lose someone they care about. But fear of loss keeps you trapped in situations where you're not respected. And the truth is, no woman can deeply love a man who won't stand up for himself. So stop being afraid. If respect is gone, if peace is gone, if your self-worth is slipping away, walk, and you'll find something amazing. The moment you stop fearing loss, you start attracting respect. So men, these are the 6 things you must stop doing with women. Over-chasing, ignoring red flags, oversharing too soon, making her your whole life, letting disrespect slide, and fearing to walk away. These are the silent killers of attraction, the mistakes that drain respect before you even realize it. But here's the good news. The moment you stop doing them, you stand differently. Your presence feels stronger, your energy commands attention, and women notice. Believe me, they notice. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these mistakes hit you the hardest? Drop your thoughts below. And if you're ready to become the man women respect and the man you respect yourself, don't just watch, take action. Hit that subscribe button, tap the bell icon so you never miss what's coming, and share this video with a friend who needs this truth today. Remember, a woman can love you only as much as she respects you, and respect starts with how you respect.